goodness, I'm working on this market, and solar panels are very interesting because you can either be owning the solar panels or you're leasing the solar panels.
Yeah.
And if you're leasing the solar panels, you've got to transition the lease. It's not that cost effective. So what do people do when they really want to save on their electric?
I got an idea. What if you buy 500 of these $39 solar panels and put them all over your yard, in your house, at your house? You put all these solar panels around your house, in your yard. What do you think?
How would that work, John?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down? You give a ton on power, but no. A dog can pee on it. That's such a good point. I suppose you should maybe have a podcast and talk a little bit more about solar panels and how they really work with buyers and sellers.
So no camping solar panels. We need to really talk about the real solar panels.
Yep, John agrees.
All right.
Let's have a podcast. Let's chat about it.
We'll do a thumbs up for a
thumbs
podcast.
Up for a podcast?
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Welcome back to Let's Chat with Jen and Angie. I'm Angie.
And I'm Jen.
Together we are Heart and Home Legacy Group with Edina Realty. This week we are talking about a fun topic, solar panels. And are they a good investment, or is it just something that makes your roof look like it's charging for takeoff?
And honestly, it depends on who you ask. But we're diving into what solar panels actually mean for homeowners, buyers, and sellers right here in Minnesota.
Yeah, so let's start with what everyone wants to know. Are solar panels actually a good investment?
So here's the short answer. Sometimes. Longer answer, it depends on how they're installed, whether they're owned or leased, and how savvy the buyer is.
Yes, and because buyers love the idea of saving money on energy bills until they realize that there is a lease bill that's attached to the solar panel.
Exactly. Panels usually are plus. Lease panels can be complicated.
Yes. So let's talk about Minnesota for a second. We are not exactly Arizona.
No kidding. We get sunshine, but we also get 6 months of, why do we live here again?
I know, right? And that matters because solar panels in Minnesota can still be effective, especially with those long summer days. But production drops in the winter.
Which means buyers are going to ask for real numbers. Utility savings, system age, warranties. This isn't a buy purchase. It's math.
It is. And if you're selling a home with solar panels, here's the deal. You need to have your documentation. Make sure you're saving all your documentation.
Yeah, so think about it like a car. Buyers want to see the history. When were they installed? Are they owned or leased? What's the average monthly savings? And is it a transferable warranty?
And please, for the love of smooth closings, tell your agent up front. Nothing derails a transaction faster than that your solar panels are at least 3 days before closing. It doesn't go over very well with the buyers.
No. Buyers don't just hear solar panels and assume savings.
Yes. They would need to ask different things like, is there a loan or a lease? That's a huge part to it. What is that monthly payment if there is a lease? Does it transfer easily? That's a big question. And what happens if the roof needs replacement?
Yeah, spoiler alert, removing and reinstalling panels it's not cheap.
It isn't. So what is the future of solar in Minnesota? We're going to see more. And we're going to see solar panels in Minnesota for sure.
Yeah, and I agree. Energy costs, environmental awareness, and incentives are all pushing forward to this.
It is. But we're still in the education phase where not every buyer is fully understanding of the process and what's needed to happen.
So as agents and homeowners, we need to explain it clearly and be realistic about it.
Yeah, we're going to do some rapid fire pros and cons with solar panels. Here we go.
Own system.
That is definitely a pro.
Yes.
Yes. A leased system.
Proceed with caution.
Curb appeal.
Depends on the buyer and how much they like the look of the mini power plant.
So at the end of the day, solar panels aren't a one-size-fits-all answer, but they can be a great asset when they're done right.
Yeah, and like everything in real estate, it comes down to understanding the details.
And if you're thinking about buying or selling a home with solar panels or adding them yourself, make sure that you know that we are always here to help you with the navigating it.
Yeah, and don't forget to like, share, and send this to a friend who's been thinking about solar.
All right. Thanks for listening.
As always,
Stay grounded, stay grateful, and keep building that legacy. Bye.